Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. And welcome to the DC Universe Extra. I'm doing this video right now because there's some things I missed out from Zack Snyder's YouTube interviews yesterday. And he said some very interesting things that I want to react to. Things that I think his diehard fans will maybe feel a little bit uncomfortable and dubious about, so I really want to discuss them. Zack Snyder has said that Warner Brothers Discovery is a much better studio than the old leadership, and he's very complimentary about Warner Brothers Discovery. He has complimented Pam Adby and Mike DeLuca, the co-CEOs of Warner Brothers Pictures. Now, we know before Zack had a very uncomfortable relationship with WB Pictures when it was run by Emmerich and Hamada was running DC Films. That seems to have changed, or publicly, the public face is that he's now coming in line with Warner Brothers, much like David Ayer. So that's an interesting situation. I'm shocked by all of this, by the way, but I think it's interesting. And finally, he mentions that James Gunn is his buddy. Yes, he says James Gunn is his buddy because he says to the interviewer on YouTube, you do remember that he wrote Dawn of the Dead, which Zack Snyder directed. One of Snyder's early attempts at movie making, one of his best. But we'd never heard Zack call James Gunn his buddy before. No, let me explain to you. My experience of this industry is nothing is said publicly for no reason. I think if you're a Snyder fan, you're very shocked about that. You're a little bit uncomfortable by these really nice friendly statements about James Gunn, WB Pictures, and Warner Brothers Discovery. But you know what? It's a free world. And if Zack wants to state he's buddies with James Gunn, it ain't no skin off my nose. I don't have any agenda about James Gunn, but I am concerned about DC Studios and DC Universe, and it's up to James to prove to me and the rest of the fans that he can pull off an interconnected franchise. So it's over to you there, James. So if Zack wants to say that James is his buddy, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. If he wants to compliment, Adby and DeLuca at WB Pictures, again, that's fine. Same with his compliments about Warner Brothers Discovery. Ultimately, this is good for the fans if you ever want the Snyderverse to be restored. I know you don't like the studio. I know you like the DC Extended Universe movies failing. I get all of this. But in the end of the day, the tug of war doesn't work. And I'll tell you why. Because ultimately, WB own the DC brand. And unless Zack plays nice, he's never going to get a chance to restore the Snyderverse. And this is a very interesting situation. Obviously, these revelations have two scenarios attached to them. One of them is he's going to come in line and to try and persuade his fans to stop fighting to restore the Snyderverse. Now, when I was giving my opinions on all of this on the DC Universe Daily, Saturday's edition, today's edition, I was saying a few things, but I didn't know everything that he said in these streams. So I find it very, very interesting. That's why I'm doing this video, to update my views on this. So there's two scenarios. Either one, he's going to persuade the fans that there's no point, stop fighting, I'm done, I'm moving on, or he's made a deal with Warner Brothers Discovery. He's come to some kind of agreement with James Gunn and Safran at DC Studios. What that agreement could be is anything. So either it's going to be, I'm moving on, and this is why he's being so complimentary, or he's made some kind of arrangement. But the other reason he's being so nice about them could just be that they're doing what he wants them to do, which is support the suicide prevention charity and allowing him to screen his free DC movies. It could be as simple as that. But I am as surprised as you are how complimentary he's being about WB, that he's publicly stated that James Gunn is his pal. It is an interesting situation. And I don't blame some people feeling rather uncomfortable. I'm very comfortable about all of this. I'm surprised he's made these statements, but it is very interesting. And he's even said he's excited about the Flash movie for Ezra Miller, who he loves to bits. Whatever we think of Ezra, he loves him. He's like, basically, can I even say he's like a son to him? Because obviously I'm not really sure. Someone with the gender pronouns of Ezra, is he a son? Is he look, I don't even know. And that's not even me being disrespectful. But anyway, that's besides the point. So Zack is come into line. It's a very clever move by WB to try and smooth the relationship with Zack Snyder. And it's clear this is why they're allowing him to screen his free movies at SnyderCon 2. Because they feel if they can smooth out the relationship with Zack, they can smooth out the relationship with the Snyderverse stands, and maybe they'll start supporting DC Universe. But I have another little update for you. There's been a picture posted of the brand new Harley Quinn played by Lady Gaga, and she looks absolutely tremendous. Let me see if I can pull off a picture for you. Wait right there. So this is very, very interesting because we've got a couple of shots now of the Joker movie. One's a revelation that Harvey Dent will be in Joker 2, Joker Folie à Deux. If you see a placard there, it says Dent is a clown. So there's some people that are not happy with Harvey Dent. But here's the big reveal. If I could just, here we are. Here she is. Here is Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn in Joker 2, Folie à Deux. No wonder James Gunn deleted that tweet about working with Margot Robbie as Harley again. Doesn't she look fantastic? I think the costume is brilliant. She looks outstanding. I think this is absolutely amazing. So, wow. I could look at this all day. I really like her look. But what's even more exciting is to know that Lady Gaga, as well as being a great vocalist, is a very good actor. And I really think that Todd will nail this within the dialogue and the directing and her performance as well. So wow, just wow. I couldn't be more excited about Joker 2, Penguin, and the Batman 2. These are the DC projects that really excite me. I want DC Universe and James Gunn to be successful. I want Superman Legacy as a Superman fan to be successful. The Batman Brave and the Bold movie, all the stuff that James is planning. I don't want that shit to fail. I want it to be good, but I'm just dubious. There's a lot of things, there's inconsistent statements and things like that. And, the way James spoke about directing the project of Superman Legacy, the excuses he made for not announcing it straight away, saying he didn't feel it in his bones. I didn't like any of that. But basically, my excitement level for DC right now is Zack Snyder and everything he's saying. SnyderCon 2 is very exciting. We'll see what's going to happen with all this, all this charm offensive and this beautiful relationship all of a sudden that WB, Zack and James Gunn have got. It's all very interesting. But my excitement is for Penguin, Joker 2 and the Batman 2, because this is what DC's all about. The most successful DC in the history of DC live action has been made by writer-directors with a vision. Whether it's Tim Burton with his 2 Batman movies, whether it's the Joker movie, whether it's the Batman, whether it's Nolan's, Dark Knight trilogy, they've been the best types of movies. And then you've got an auteur like Snyder who did 3 brilliant DC movies. So that's where my excitement level is. This has been the DC Universe Extra with me, Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I'll see you on Sunday's edition of the DC Universe Daily. Until I see you again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.